Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Diablo Immortal. Um, it may get to a point that this is the only Diablo game I play. Um, I'm considering. Oh, I'm considering quitting Diablo 4. I like it, but I don't like the fact that, like, I don't know if it's just going forward or it was just this season, but saying you only want 10% of people to play the hardest part of your game. I like to make my own build. That's fun to me. But if you're gonna get to a point where it's just like, and if you do this, then Season Journeys, you can't lock shit behind, you can't lock stuff behind Torment 4, the hardest difficulty, because not everyone's gonna get it. Some people are fine with using builds other people made. I'm not one of those people. It's fun to make my own build. Like, that's fun to me. And I didn't close Discord. Oops. It's enjoyable to me. I like making my own build. Right? But if we're going to get to the point where you don't care about those people, and I could show it when I play Diablo 4, I have over 2,000 hours since the game. You could do the head start. I've been playing since then. Right? And I'm tired of wasting my time. Like, at one point, I considered, I could stream. I could probably stream the Diablo games. Maybe Immortal. But I don't know. It's kind of it kind of bums me out that we've gotten to a point where I don't know what developers don't want just everyone to have fun, only the hardcore players, only streamers. Cool, you have your streamers and you have your hardcore players that buy anything and everything. But what about all the casuals that fill the server? That also make up a good portion of your player base. It's like I'm getting to a point that if as a casual gamer, because I like to play a wide variety of games. No, I'm not hardcore into any specific game. That's why, you're starting to see me play other stuff. It's just like, because I played through the Diablos. I played through all of them. I never played through the story of 4 or 3. But, I mean, on my channel, I didn't. But I don't know, it's depressing to me to just be like, I really like this game company, but my time isn't worth it because I'm not. I wonder if we could do this. We're gonna try. My time isn't worth it because I'm a console player, or because I don't spend 24/7 in just that game alone. So why is it's lagging? Like, horrible today. What the hell? Anyways. So, I don't know. It's like, it's... The idea of giving them up sucks, but... I just... I don't want to waste my life and my time in these games anymore. If I'm just part of the player base that's just... they just don't care about. So... that's where I'm at on that. Obviously, I will talk more about Diablo 4 when I'm playing it. But you know, I'll talk about it a little bit here, obviously, because it's a Diablo game. And it's something to talk about. Yeah. That's just my take on things. I am just... It's like I used to be into getting the trophies for PlayStation, which is cool. It's cool to collect them, but then it's like your game achievements it gets to the point where, all right, this 8-hour game has now turned into a 60-hour game to get all the trophies. And it's just like, you know, I've started sitting there and I'm just like, okay, well, that's 60 hours. I could have beaten the game and got some of the trophies in like 8 to 9 hours. And then moved on and beat, you know, what? A minimum of like 5 other games? There's just too many games. This is not the 80s and early 90s where it's just like, you didn't normally have a lot of games. You went out and rented a game. You know, just like, life is too short to be permanently stuck playing one game for the rest of my life. That's most of the time what we had well, when I was younger. I'm sure there are people out there my age. I don't know if I'm sure some of you are my age, maybe older, that watch. Probably younger. But that's when I was a kid, not having a lot of games and replaying the same game. But now the vast amount of games we have, life is too short for me to play only your game if you do not give a shit about my time. And I'm not saying to bend to my will and only make it, you know, good for me. No, that's not it. But there's a lot of people, you know, just like, if you have a large player base and your streamers and hardcore players were to make up 20%, okay, so then 80% of your player base, you're just like, nah, we don't really care what you say. We don't really care if you keep playing the game. It's like most of these games, right? I'll use Marvel Rivals as an example. When they have their event packs and stuff that come out, and it's like $7, $10, and it has like 2 or 3 costumes in it, essentially 2 or 3 costume packs in it, I will do that because I don't really want to spend $22 for one skin. I won't buy, you know, most of the time I won't buy even Diablo skins, right? Especially if it's a color change and there's not really much adjusted in the armor itself. in any game. And simply is because I've never worked on a game, but I have somewhat worked in Maya, and I haven't lately, but I've used Daz Studio. I've made character skins. I know what goes into doing textures and somewhat modeling. I'm not much of a modeler. I had to learn everything on my own, and that's a whole nother story. But when it's retexturing and textures in general, some of them aren't that hard, especially if they're a material, because some of them are just shaders, and it's essentially a drag and drop process, and changing lines, going from this place to that place. It's really... And I've told people that, like, people I talk to in my small little group of people that I play games with, it's just like, I know, because the texturing I did dealt with skin, and skin is very difficult in Daz, because you have to, where the seams are, because obviously skin gets laid out flat, and I mean things have gotten better, but you'd have to match up the back seam and stuff. Even for things like Second Life, if you don't match shit up, then you can see the seam. So freckles or any kind of skin blemishes, tattoo, it's a complicated process, and I couldn't fucking get out of that. But I tell the reason I tell friends and stuff, it's like, costumes, stupid thing, costumes are great, but I don't want people getting ripped off if a game I feel is overcharging for appearances. That's why I won't buy them. But like I said, Marvel Rivals, when like a pack itself, like the latest one they did, people can say what they want. Oh, well, you just bought it because, Luna's in a swimsuit. No. I bought it because when you do the math, the Luna skin is a legendary, and those legendary skins are normally $22 by themselves. They had a Thor pack and part of a Thing pack. And the Thor would have been probably like $1,600. $16. So it's just like $10 for the 3 is a good deal. Plus you got other stuff. It's not just those specific characters. You got other stuff too, like emotes and... Will you stop? But it's just like... It's why normally I don't like playing, at one point in time I did MMOs. But I don't like doing live game services because I just...
Job well done.
I hate... Like, I like Immortal, and I haven't bought anything in it, just because I just don't have the money to invest into hundreds of fucking games that want to have microtransactions, DLC, expansions, costume packs, weapon packs, everything has to cost. And me and my friends were talking, and I was just like, they mentioned we need to bring back something. And I was like, no, we need to bring back cheat codes and stuff. You put in codes, press certain buttons in the game, and it would unlock something. Or, you used to have things hidden in the game that no one knew about, and by random discovery, you'd come across it, and then you tell your friend, and then it would just... I'm making hand gestures, and you can't see. It would go, and everyone would know about it. And that was before you had the internet to post it all over the place. But it just hurts, you know, to see where gaming's got to. And that there's a lot of younger people, even young adults at this point, that can't, you know, don't get that experience of what it was like buying a whole game, where there wasn't a bunch of, well, I mean, back when games were $50. And because I saw a video on TikTok, someone posted a comment. It's like, yeah, the base price for $50 for a video game, that's never gonna happen. And it's just like, oh, my age. You know, because $50 was the starting price for NES games. It's just, and it's just like, it hurts to see that, you know, your younger people, kids, and younger adults don't get to see that. Like, I'll use Baldur's Gate as an example because it was one of the more recent ones I played. But that's essentially how games were. You know, they came out, they were finished. They didn't have DLC, they didn't have stores. I mean, we didn't have mods. I think later on, PC games and stuff had mods. Fucking fly, man. Oh! I'm gonna fucking rage here in a minute. But that's how games were. Like, they came out, they were done. That was it. You know, you got the full experience. But fucking fly made me lose my train of thought. But it's just not how it is. 90, like, I say, what, 80? Because there's still a small percentage of games that come out and don't have extra shit. Oh my fucking god. Why? I'm gonna rage. I'm going to fucking rage. Fucking fly made me lose my fucking train of thought. Anyways, when it comes down to it, it's just, god damn it. This fly is gonna find out what death means when I'm done fucking recording. Oh, your minutes are counting, fly. But it's I'm just fucking getting so angry. God damn it. Get the fuck away from me, you stupid son of a bitch. That's it. I need a fucking fly strip in my room, my recording area, is what I need. I need a goddamn fucking fly strip because this is fucking abso-fucking-lutely annoying. Ugh. Anyways, when it comes down to it, I just want to say, I think that's part of the problem. There's a lot of us, especially older people, that just don't know what game to play, or they just feel a lot of loss because like they want to play games, but you don't know what it is. And I think it's just every game not every game, but most of the games that come out nowadays, they want you to play that game and only that game. That's why there's dailies, microtransactions, loot crates, loot boxes. There's just all this shit. And then you have the gacha games that have the gambling for characters and stuff, not just loot. It's a shame. But anyways, don't. If you start losing fun in playing games, but you still want to play games and you just don't know what to do, try playing something else. Or if you can, obviously not everyone can, if you can, go back and play something that you really enjoyed as a kid, as a teenager. First video game, your favorite video game. Go back and play an older game if you have the accessibility to it, and see if that can help jumpstart wanting to play games again. Because I think some of it is just a lot of the games nowadays are just like fly traps. They try to draw you in and keep you there. And it's a shame, because then you miss out on playing any other games you might really enjoy, because now you have FOMO and crap that should not be a thing that exists. You shouldn't want a wall. I've been playing this game longer than everyone else, so I have this skin or I have that. And it's a real shame that we have to have I'm important. Look at me. And a lot of gaming isn't about fun anymore. And it's just a shame. But anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.